It's great to be here. Had a performance review at my day job recently, and it went all right for the most part, except for my boss ended it with a really weird compliment. He said, "Don't take this the wrong way, but you are smarter than you look." And that's why I don't like roast comedy, you guys. You're never gonna see me on a roast battle show. I know the first things they're gonna say. I'm never gonna give them the chance. It's hard to know what kind of vibe you give off, but I always assumed my vibe was kind of like getting by. Someone's making the best of it, but apparently I've had dumb as shit energy, and no one told me till I was in my early 40s. I had to find out the hard way. I had to get HR involved. I am in my 40s now. I'm trying to take better care of myself. I've been going to a lot of doctor's appointments lately because don't do this, folks. I took 7 years off from going to the doctor, and that is a tactical error. No reason not to go. I just didn't feel like it, and when you drop that on a new patient history form, they just have more questions for you. They don't just accept that. They're like, why didn't you have a primary care physician between 2015 and 2022? And they don't take, I didn't want one. They're gonna want you to do some tests and stuff. One thing they wanted me to do, they wanted me to take a sleep study because they were worried I might have sleep apnea. Now, if you're not afflicted, that is when you stop breathing while you're asleep, and that's bad. But that was news to me. I thought I was just being efficient. Like one of those new cars that shuts off at a red light. The motor doesn't need to run right now, They didn't see it that way, so I'm having to do the sleep study. I got my results back, and they recommended that I use a CPAP now while I sleep. So I've been doing that for a little bit, and I guess it helps, but I was bummed out to get that news at first. Because it's never something I ever thought I would have to deal with. Basically, I'm just 2 years away from sleeping in that tank Darth Vader chills out in. That's how bad I let it get, I know it's called a back tank. I don't get any shit from Star Wars fans. I gotta appeal to normies too, But I was. So I was complaining about it in a group chat with some friends. Yeah, I gotta use a CPAP now. This sucks. And then they're like, why are you so upset about this, Pat? And I was like, well, I'm a single guy. What if somebody sleeps over some night and the last thing they see is me strapping that CPAP to my face so I don't die next to them? My one friend, Robert, was trying to give me encouragement. He was like, don't worry about it, Pat. What you gotta do is fuck them so good they don't even notice. I was like, well, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know if I have ignore a life-saving apparatus dick. It's not something anybody ever prepared me for. It's hard to stay sexy when you're trying not to snore to death. I did noticed they changed the things about going to the doctor, at least in like the 7 years I wasn't going. I have to fill out like this online form the night before my appointments. It's for like updates to my health. I can like tell them things I want to make sure we talk about when we have the appointment. But one of the questions on there always tricks me up. Says like, how often per month do you feel hopeless? I don't know how to answer that. So the first choice is never. Have you ever been to a meeting at work that could have been just an email? Like, it's not never. I will never choose that. And then it gives you frequently and always. I'm like, where's sometimes, my dude? Or how about I get paid every 2 weeks on day 12, it gets pretty dark. I'd probably choose that one every time. Just take it forward. All right, that'll do it for me, everybody. Thanks a lot. My name's Pat Sievert.